We are back. This is Ryan Moon on Parlay News, where we are covering the hottest sports prediction markets on Kalshi right now. Our show today is about how a massive $6 million betting frenzy is building around the Cadillac Championship, as everyone tries to predict whether anyone can stop Scottie Scheffler's incredible dominance on the course. Can you put a price on inevitability? That's the question haunting every sharp trader staring at the Cadillac Championship board right now. Scottie Scheffler sits at 24 cents, which means a 24% implied probability to win this tournament. In a field of 120 elite professionals, that's not a betting line. That's a surrender document. $6.3 million traded hands on this market in the last 24 hours. That's more action than multiple NBA playoff games happening today. When golf pulls this kind of volume, you're watching something rare. A convergence of elite talent, narrative juice, and the seductive belief that one human being has transcended the chaos of professional golf. But here's the thing about inevitability. It's expensive. And in a sport where variance can turn a 3-shot lead into a playoff with one gust of wind, paying 24 cents for any single outcome requires either supreme conviction or supreme delusion. So let's talk about what you're really buying when you click that Scheffler button. You're buying dominance that borders on disrespectful. The man has been lapping fields for months, multiple wins, top 10 finishes in virtually every start. Strokes gained metrics that make data analysts question their career choices. He's not just the world number one, he's created 2 tiers in professional golf. There's Scheffler, and there's everyone else trying not to embarrass themselves in his presence. His iron play is historically elite. Approach shots are the stickiest skill in golf, the most predictive of scoring, the foundation of every tournament victory. Scheffler gains strokes on approach in basically every event he enters. That's not hot streaking, that's structural superiority. And the closing ability? Stone cold. This isn't a player who wilts when the cameras turn on. His Sunday scoring average is elite. He doesn't play defense with a lead. He stays aggressive, keeps attacking pins, and forces everyone else to chase perfection just to keep pace. The market knows all this. That's why he's 24 cents. That's why casual money is pouring in like he's a treasury bond. Betting Scheffler feels safe. It feels smart. It feels like aligning yourself with gravity. But let me tell you, what else you're buying at 24 cents? You're buying 3 to 5 percentage points of pure narrative inflation. You're buying the comfort premium. You're buying the I don't want to look stupid backing someone else tax. Because here's the uncomfortable truth the data whispers when no one's listening. Even Tiger Woods at his absolute nuclear peak won about 30% of his starts. That was unprecedented. That was a statistical anomaly that redefined what dominance meant in golf. Pricing Scheffler at 24% implies he's in the middle of a Tiger-level season. Maybe he is. Or maybe the market just forgot that golf tournaments are won by whoever gets hot for 72 holes, regardless of what their resume says. The field sits at 76%, more than 3 to 1 against any single outcome. And that field isn't a collection of weekend hackers. It's 120 stone-cold professionals, 30 to 40 of whom can absolutely win if they catch lightning for 4 days. This is where the boring elite players become fascinating. Your Patrick Cantillets, your Xander Schauffele's if they're in the field. Players sitting at 6 to 10% who have elite strokes gained approach numbers over their last 5 rounds. Players who don't generate headlines but cash top 10s with the reliability of a metronome. The market systematically underprices these guys because casual money chases storylines. Nobody wants to brag about backing Cantlay. It's like showing up to a party and telling everyone your favorite show is a documentary about municipal bonds. But Cantlay finishes top 5. His price spikes to 25% by Sunday, and you exit with a clean double up without him winning a single hole down the stretch. Build a portfolio of 5 players at 8% each whose recent ball striking is elite. Equal weight, 2% of bankroll each. You're creating 40% aggregate exposure with players whose true win probability might be 50% combined. That's 10 percentage points of pure edge, and it's sitting there because the public would rather romance the favorite than do the math. Now let's talk about the live tournament chaos that's driving that 6 million in daily volume. This market isn't static. It's a living organism reacting to every birdie, every bogey, every momentum shift. Prices lag leaderboard updates by 30 seconds to 5 minutes, because not everyone's watching ShotLink live. That lag is your edge if you're fast. And I mean actually fast, not I checked my phone during a commercial break. Fast. Scheffler takes a two-shot lead into Sunday. The market prices him at 40%. He bogeys the first hole, bogeys the third. Suddenly he's tied for the lead. But the market's still at 38% because it's slow to react. His true win probability just collapsed to 25%. You sell into that stale price, buy the field or a specific chaser who's surging, and you've just arbitraged the market's delayed nervous system. Or flip it. Some unknown player shoots 63 in round 2, jumps to T3, market has him at 3% because nobody's paying attention. You check his strokes gained approach and it's been elite for weeks. You buy at 3, he contends Sunday, price spikes to 18. You exit before the final round chaos. That's a six-bagger on information asymmetry. The 6 million in volume exists because traders are scalping these moves in real time. If you're treating this like a bet and hold market, you're basically leaving your wallet on the table at a poker game and hoping everyone plays nice. But here's the contrarian swing that might be the sharpest play on the board. If Scheffler stumbles early and shoots even par, or worse in round 1, his price will crater from 24 to maybe 12 or 15%. The market will panic. Casual money will bail like it's a meme stock that just got bad earnings. And that's when you back up the truck. Because one bad round doesn't erase the skill edge that made him 24% in the first place. His tee to green consistency means he has elite comeback equity. He can shoot 65, 66, 66 over the weekend and win from 5 shots back. When favourites stumble early, you're buying them at a 30 to 50% discount to their true probability. The public overreacts to variance. Always has. Always will. You capitalise on that overreaction. Now, the PGA Championship looms about 10 days out at Aronimink. Another major. Another Scheffler market. And this is where the narrative gets spicy. Majors compress variance slightly because the fields are deeper and the setups are harder. Scheffler's major record is good but not dominant. He's won, sure. But he's also had close calls where someone else went nuclear on Sunday and stole his trophy. The market will probably price him at 20 to 22% for the PGA. If he drifts to 18, that's a buy. If he spikes above 22 purely on momentum from this week, that's a fade. Majors are where elite favourites actually underperform their true odds because the variance envelope widens. Aronimink rewards precision. Small greens, tree-lined fairways, elite iron play required. That's Scheffler's game, but it's also the game of 10 other players who will be underpriced because they don't have the same narrative heat. Watch for course fit hype over the next week. If any player spikes above 15% purely on he loves this layout storylines, fade it. If any elite ball striker sits at 4 to 6%, buy it. So here we are. Back to the question that started this whole thing. Can you put a price on inevitability? The answer is yes. The market just did. It's 24 cents. And whether that's brilliant or completely detached from reality depends entirely on whether you believe Scottie Scheffler has transcended golf's fundamental chaos or whether you believe variance always gets the last laugh. Me? I'm building that boring elite portfolio, waiting for Scheffler to stumble so I can buy the dip, and keeping one eye on the leaderboard for mispricings the crowd's too slow to see. Because inevitability isn't a bet. It's a story the market tells itself until reality rewrites the script. And in golf, reality loves plot twists. Thanks for listening to Parlay News. You can support our podcast by following the show, rating it 5 stars, and telling your friends. Remember, the content on this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and do not constitute financial advice. Prediction markets are extremely risky, and you should never play with more money than you are willing to lose. Always do your own research. Catch you on the flip.
Grab news. Thomas.